what you're doing here with this film is absolutely extraordinary. We know that media has the power to bring great change. You look at what Jacques Cousteau did and Al Gore, and now you're the next. Wow. Tell us what your inspiration was behind this.
Thank you. Well, I started the screening series, Kat Kramer's Films That Changed the World, because my father, Stanley Kramer, was, I think, the voice of social issues in Hollywood all during the 40s, 50s, 60s. Movies like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Judgment in Nuremberg, Inherit the Wind, On the Beach. Even Bless the Beast and the Children, which is an animal rights movie, where that movie was about slaughtering of the buffalo, and it changed the law when the movie came out, and I'm hoping The Cove will have the same effect. This is the only movie today, I mean that, and there's a lot of phenomenal films that have a lot to say, but that I see it's really making a change in the world, so I just had to have it for my series. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for putting together such an awesome picture. Could you tell us what your inspiration was in the decision to work on this project, and ultimately how you treated this delicate subject matter?
Oh, well, describe World War II, use backside of paper if necessary. Boy, it's, to me, the Cove is a microcosm of what's going on in the oceans. It's a way to emotionally get into a really complicated, really important subject. We're losing the oceans at a terrific rate, and the Cove is a microcosm of this. So that's why we focused on it. But the movie is sort of structured, it's not like any doc you might have seen before. It's more like it feels like a thriller more than it does a traditional doc. Pierce Brosnan said it's one of the most exciting spy movies he's ever seen, and it's real. So I don't know. That's one way we're hoping that people can get in to see a difficult subject. Because it's if it was a straight doc, I think it'd be much more difficult.
Kat called me and she told me that there was this phenomenal film about dolphins and conservation, and she said you got to come out and see it. And I said, okay, I'll be there. When Kat calls you, you come.
How were you inspired when you saw it?
Well, I was inspired by dolphins because they're like the smartest mammal in the ocean.
I myself run a nonprofit organization for kids without fathers in South Central LA. My grandmother, mother, all activists back from New York. So come here. And so he comes from a line of activists. So and he loves whales and dolphins. So it just happened to be, match made in heaven for us to go see the film and him to actually show concern for the dolphins.
It's exciting. So obviously your role and your passion to help out others and reach out has impacted his ability to see from those eyes as well.
How did you feel when we first saw the film and saw the dolphins being slaughtered?
I felt bad because they're killing dolphins, and they're like the smartest thing that can help. They're like the smartest thing that can help human beings, and I don't know why they're killing them when dolphins help human beings.
What did you think of the film, The Cove, and what brought you out here to support it?
I had heard about it and I was invited to see it, and I love animals. And the film, I think it's a very important movie. After seeing it, I would not have known what was happening if I didn't see the movie. And after seeing it, I think that they were so courageous to sneak in there and hide the cameras, and I really applaud them for what they did, and I think it's so important. It's so important to raise awareness for things that are happening like that.
If there was one core message that you were seeking to get out in the movie, or that you would like to express to people out there, what would that be?
Well, the dolphin's the only wild animal throughout history known to save the life of human beings. The only way that we can save their lives now is to prove that we made their environment so toxic that we shouldn't be eating them. We've lost respect for the environment. We've lost respect for these animals. We're doing what no wild animal will do. We're fouling our own nest. And again, the Cove's a microcosm of what's going on in the oceans through plundering and pollution and acidification due to the burning of fossil fuels. We're losing a lot more than just dolphins. We're losing everything in the oceans. By the end of the century, there will be no more coral reefs left because of the burning of fossil fuels. That's the bigger message. Who's ever out there can help us get off fossil fuels, please do it, because it's killing the ocean, it's killing us. 2 out of every 3 breaths we're taking right now, we owe to plankton. We're losing plankton. It has a carbon shell in it, and we're losing it. We're losing it very rapidly. So it's an urgent call. It's not just like some tree hugger trying to save a couple dolphins. This is a call to action. to everybody on the planet. It concerns everybody that's going to have children, that cares about the future generations of the planet. We're just custodians here, and we're not mopping up after ourselves. I'm trying to get people. I'm trying to create a legion of activists to help not just shut down the Cove, but to try to get involved in all these other bigger ocean issues.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking on such a great project. Do you have a website or anything you'd like to promote for yourself?
We have a couple websites, thecovemovie.com. Go there, sign the project, sign the petitions, or opsociety.org, OscarPetersSociety.org. So, take action. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Great interview. Awesome. First of all, I've interviewed so many people here today, and they're all so very thankful for what you've stepped up to do, and they've been inspired, and certainly media has tremendous influence and power to bring about great change. How does it feel to be in these screenings and ultimately hear the inspiring words that people have, and thanks?
Well, it's overwhelming. I'm blessed to have a team of people working with me. I couldn't do it without them. And it's also magical, but dolphins are good luck. They really are, and they bring about energies and if you let the magical things happen, so I figured it would have a great impact. I was hoping it would. I'm so happy everybody stayed. Everybody wants to see the movie, but especially with the great speakers I had motivating them to stay and not be afraid to watch the screen. And I was so thrilled they stayed afterwards and asked questions, because I've been to the biggest openings or screenings of the biggest movies, not that this isn't one of them, but even things like the Hurt Locker or whatever, and they won't stay for the Q&A afterwards. So many times they don't stick it out, so I was so happy that they did, and they were motivated, they were curious. They were angry with what they saw on the screen. They all wanted to take action, all different age groups, people from all nationalities. It's almost like All Cities Media is one of my chief sponsors. They were from all cities. It was just awesome seeing this.
It is a very inspiring film. What words of encouragement, or what would you recommend that people do to help fight against this issue?
Well, see the movie, get motivated, go on Facebook, and start groups. And it's out on DVD, and this was also like a DVD release party to call attention. I wish that I'd been able to give them all DVDs, but they really just need to go out and get it and show it to all their friends. The more people that see this, the more impact it will make. So that's really what it needs to have happen is, I wish I could do 10 screenings of this, but this was the one. When the movie hopefully wins next Sunday the Academy Award, that will even do more to make the change. But I'm hoping to continue with movies like this in the series that, new and old, some of the older movies also are still making changes, and I want to see when we screen them how far we are now from when they first came out. But this was really just very empowering for me to watch everybody really reacting to the film, and there's a lot of sushi eaters here too that I think they're not going to eat sushi necessarily again either. It really motivated them to look and see what they were doing in their lives, so it was very powerful. Yeah.
I think media has great responsibility ultimately to bring about great change, and I'm just so thrilled and inspired with what you're doing. Is there any way that we could actually help you and the media at large help you in your quest?
Absolutely, just come and cover all the screenings, and at this point I just started the series, and I'm looking for sponsors, for ongoing sponsors that believe in what I'm trying to do and want to jump on board for the long term, not just individual screenings, because they're all different. I'll have different speakers, different movies, different guests, but they all are trying to make change, and that's really what I'm looking for is sponsorship and support to keep it going.
How about Kat? A lot of people really stepped up and put this movie together. Is there any words of thanks or encouragement you'd like to give to them?
I just think they did a great job. I'm so impressed, and I really think that they went above and beyond, and you can tell that they really believe in what they're saying, and I think it's so important for people to go above and beyond, to push the boundaries and to really get the word out there, to change things that need to be changed.
Kat and team, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for inviting me today, and keep doing what you do. Conservation is very important. It's important that we want to study these, the dolphins, but at the same time, you want them to be free so that they're, more out there for future generations to enjoy. So thank you.
Well, it was awesome that they were all here today.
It really is.
I want that to continue. I want the spirit of what I'm trying to do to carry on. And I think we made, great strides toward that today.
That's beautiful, hon. And in the quest to achieve that particular mission, you know, social media plays an important role in how communications get out now. Do you have social media elements as part of your strategy for viral marketing and otherwise?
I'm looking into that, so I'd love to talk to you about that in the future.
It's a spectacular event. People were inspired, and it was just wonderful. I'm sure you made great impact out of the crowds you had here.
I hope so. Thank you so much.
Anything we could do to help you out, just let us know. And this video is our gift to you. You're welcome, hon. Take care.